Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called The Girl and the Robot, written by Oz Rodriguez and Claribel A. Ortega. This is the story of Mimi. Mimi has had her whole world essentially turned upside down since her father was deported. She and her mother have had to move into a smaller apartment. She's distanced herself from her friends, and she has buried herself in the work that needs to be done for people in her community. She fixes things for them because then she gets a little bit of money that she can put away to hopefully bring her father back. When her friends extend an olive branch and try to invite Mimi back into their fold through the lens of a robotics competition with a huge cash prize, Mimi can't help but say yes. And it's made a little bit more complicated by the fact that something crash lands into her father's old repair shop. It's a robot from outer space, and she knows that there are some folks that are going to be out looking for that robot. She knows that not everyone has the best of intentions, but luckily her newly rediscovered friends are there to support her as she works to not only win the robotics competition, but also help her new friend find its way home. This lovely middle grade story is an interesting blend of E.T. and Wall-E, and you have the fact that you have kids that are connecting with these extraterrestrial beings and understanding the fact that there are some grown-ups that are not really out for the best intentions for these creatures. So the empathetic nature of the connection that Mimi has with the robot that she finds is really beautiful, and as she connects with her friends again, you also see her come a little bit out of her shell and find her way back to real life after the loss of her father. So as she is going through her many, many difficulties, there's some complications that she has. Her mother works long hours, so she's often on her own. She sometimes skips school in order to do the other things that she feels are more important. And all of those things together kind of create this unstable foundation on which she's standing. So she has to not only figure out where the right path is, but also how she can support her family in the best way through that process. So the book is written for a confident middle grade reader. There's not a huge amount of white space, no illustrations or anything, but the story moves really quickly. It is definitely plot driven, but also has that emotional component in Mimi's life as well. And there's a lot of suspense. So if you picture E.T. and the dichotomy between the kids and the grown-ups, especially in the hunt for the alien, you see and feel a lot of that in this book as well. So definitely elevates that intensity for the reader. And for anyone who has experience with deportation, immigration, the poverty that is experienced by many of the characters in this book, the division even between characters within the school as far as income and background. There's a lot of layers to this story, and even though it does focus on Mimi and her journey, there's a lot of elements that are woven into it as well. So it's a complex and intriguing narrative, and it definitely keeps readers hooked from beginning to end. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.